How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Treehouse Darkness in the form of their Human Condition Milk Stout. It's a 7.9% milk stout, and I don't know if it says anything else. It doesn't. It's been a while since I've done a Treehouse Dark beer. I was hanging with my buddy James, and we were talking about Treehouse, and he's like, what do you think of Treehouse Stouts? And I'm like, I started racking my brain. I'm like, honestly, dude, I don't remember the last time I had one. The last one I think I reviewed was Double Shot. Like, it's been a really long time. I haven't had to hold on to the Sunshine. I haven't had really anything from these guys because I don't trade. And even though people kind of poop on Treehouse and say it's not as good, it still trades like crazy. So I don't seek out that stuff. So I'm kind of excited to give this a whirl. So thank you very much, James, for dropping us on me. Dropped off 2 stouts. So another one's coming up. I forgot what the other one was. But anyway, Human Condition, 7.9%. Milk stout. Let's see what the sucker has. I have a Treehouse Beecher glass. I should have used that, but yeah, no. I don't like glasses with screen printing on them. It just doesn't do it for me. What do we have here? Put that up there so you guys can see the label, which I dig. It's traditional Treehouse. Looks like a little nebula or galaxy floating around there. What do we have here? I mean, that's dark. I mean, that is like exactly where I want my coffee to look like colored head. It's kind of weird because it's kind of creamy edges, but it's dissipating really quickly. You can't see that head. It's kind of beveling in and kind of dying really quick. And she's dark. She looks like a big, rich stout. I mean, you're talking about 7.9%. You're not talking about the biggest, hugest stout in the history of mankind, but she has a bit of heft to her, at least from a distance. So, yeah, let's get a nose. Okay. It smells fucking fantastic. Milk stout. It smells like a rich coffee stout with a dollop of lactose. I mean, it's exactly what it's supposed to be like. Kind of that rich, kind of baker's chocolate with a little bit of soft char to it. And a soft lactose that doesn't get overly sweet, doesn't get close to it, but adds this kind of soft, almost marshmallow-like kind of thing to it. And then you're getting these big kind of coffee vibes. I'm almost getting like a slight pop of like a sweetness, like a burnt brown sugar, like a maple syrup kind of vibe going on. Even though that's not in there, that's what I'm getting. She smells pretty. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's got a rich sultriness to it. That lactose leads the way. You know you're drinking a milk stout when you actually taste this. Is it too sweet? I can see some people thinking it's too sweet. And it gets close for me. And it might get there after I get through half of this can. But right now, it just let me know that it's kind of an extra sweetened kind of milk stout. There's too much lactose in it. Actually, just even rewind on it. The only reason I'm saying that is because I don't think it's overly too sweet. It's sweet, but I don't think it's crazy overly sweet. I just think the lactose is a little bit too heavy-handed because I was getting that rich kind of coffee vibe, getting a nice kind of roasted malt from it. It's not from the nose, and it's not translating through and through with the taste. It's there. I can taste it. I can get that rich, slightly bitter and astringent kind of roasted malt in my tongue. But that sweetness is sitting on top of that, and it's preventing all those other kind of flavors to come through. So that is what makes it a little bit too big on the lactose front. Not necessarily the sweet portion of the show, but it's too omnipresent there to kind of let those other flavors kind of to come through. It's nice. The mouthfeel is fantastic. There is those bittering malts that you absolutely need to keep this going totally off the fucking reservation to be absolutely overly sweet. But I think there's nuance in that malt. There's a richness, there's a depth and a nuance in that malt that you can't get to because of how big the lactose kind of comes off in this beer. And that's the biggest bummer of it. I like it. Knee jerk, nose was fantastic. Initial taste was great, but every sip brings a little bit more of that sweet lactose. Just a little bit too heavy-handed for me. And each sip, I think I'm going to get more and more kind of set in that mindset to where, honestly, just kind of keeps it out of even being one of the better stouts that I've had as of late, man, it looked pretty. It smelled pretty. It's just that taste, that lactose, just a little bit too much for me. That's kind of a bummer. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better milk stouts I've had as of late? No. It's just way too heavy-handed on the lactose. I think there's a great beer in there to be had, just too heavy on the lactose. Bag and availability, no idea. James gave it to me, so if somebody wants to clue me in, I mean, it's Treehouse, so what is that, like $3 to $4 a can probably, and leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like milk stouts, if you like lactose and you feel like a lot of lactose, non-barrel-aged lactose milk stouts come up a little bit short in the kind of sweet components. Some people like sweet. And this is definitely going to get there for you. So if you like your milk stouts and you like them skewed really sweet, this is going to be fucking pretty damn awesome. But for me, I just want that lactose to be a little bit more gentle and come off a little bit more kind of kid's glovesy. And if that was the case, I think it'd be pretty damn fucking fantastic. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little milk stout jammer right now. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.